You already know. Lord Digga Da Highsman, G1truth Podcast. My G, the God, majestic win. You already know we in the building, man. Brooklyn in the building.
No CP, but you still get shot. I ain't standing around waiting for your body to drop. A criminal smooth as me. Probably not. Truby pockets look heavy. That's probably
not. Y'all know what it is. God in the building. It's majestic. It's my podcast. It's the G1truth Podcast. Let me put you up on some game right now. Today's a good day. Y'all see what it is?
Yeah, I see what it is.
I'm doing an interview. It might be my most difficult interview, but this is one of my most favorite artists that I've ever run across when it comes to so-called rap music and hip-hop culture, and that's a discussion we're about to have. But this brother single-handedly changed the game of hip-hop as we know it. One of the first artists to kind of start using TV tunes as a sample in hip-hop music, and off of one joint generated a classic that easily became one of my most favorite songs. And this particular song just drills, it will drill itself in your head. Like once you hear it, you're gonna hear it forever. You will never forget it. And we're gonna have to give credit for this brother for this song. So I could say a lot to get this introduction going, but I can't because I'm fanned out right now.
Yeah.
So for those that know who, we got the God hailing from Brooklyn, New York, East New York. We can't get more New York than where we at right now because we're doing it at Dallas BBQ's New York. I got the God, the MC, the producer, the Heisman. Lord Digga is in the building. Peace to the God.
Peace, God. Peace to everyone tuning in. G1truth. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's my motherfucking guy. So all that other shit that he just said, I know he's just doing that because the fans and shit, you know, the people that's out there and his following. But this is my guy. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
like, this is the fandom stuff.
Nah,
that's cool.
I'm fanned out.
That's cool. But he know how I feel about that shit. Like, we chill. We chill out together. Like I hit him up. He hit me up. You understand?
We build.
Like
we build for sure
all the time. So it's not like some.
We're like, yo,
you know,
when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to hip hop music, you're part of my history.
Yeah.
So I have to give you the flowers where it's due. We're not gonna give you the flowers when you're dead.
And I'm going to accept them. All flowers.
Piece of that. Piece of that. Piece of that.
Including Blue Dreams.
And all that shit you smoke.
Strawberry cough. You know, stuff like that. Cherry gelato.
See you. So before we get started, let me thank you for coming on my platform and building with me.
Okay. Need it.
It was a long time coming.
Yeah, definitely. It
was a long time coming. Long time coming.
Definitely.
So let's just get into it. You know, you're a dope MC. You came out with a classic. My flows is tight. Let's just start that off because I was a cat that used to be in my bed 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, listening to WKCR 89 Tech 9, Stretch Armstrong and Bobito, and there wasn't a lot of outlets where your song was being played at.
Right.
So I heard it there. Immediately, it caught my ears and I locked in because I was like, the only thing that came close to that, there we go. Got some good food coming. The only thing that came close to that was when Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince kind of sampled the I Dream of Genie shit. And I mean, that was all right, but it was still kind of hokey jokey.
But credit to that, but at the same time, that was a TV sitcom. This was TV game show.
True.
So this was the first, like you said, this was the first of that sort from a TV game show. So there were other things that were done too before that. Where we had from Brooklyn, Brownsville, what was it? Inspector Gadget.
Oh, word.
You understand?
But they didn't really use the sample. They played it over.
They played it over. But everybody knew, right, what it was, right. But at the same time, yeah.
But that was a hot joint. That shit blazed the street for a hot minute. And peace to that. I totally forgot. Who I forgot who did that. Was
Boogie Boys?
Boogie Boy.
Something like that.
I think was it Boogie Boys. I think they made Fly Girl. I think that was them.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. But I think the Inspector Gadget was done by somebody.
They had a girl in that group too. I can't remember.
They should do the beatbox.
Right.
Super dope. Give it up to them. But you did it with a game show.
Right. Because my grandmother, rest her soul, she used to watch shit all the time, bro. So we talking about me, you know, I would say 70, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 80. All those years, we're talking 365, I heard The Price is Right. This is like religion for her. The Price is Right was on, it was going to be on that TV in that living room. Because I remember I told you we only had one TV back then, and that was a floor model too, so that's why motherfuckers couldn't steal TVs back then like that. TVs was mad heavy.
It wasn't easy. You
wasn't walking out the door with them shit. Them shit was mad heavy. It's just like a fucking coffin. But this shit is playing. Suggested retail prices. Never not knowing that one day I was going to venture into music and something from my childhood I could turn into something that, you know, can contribute to the culture that I love. That's all I was thinking. Remember I told you, I was like, yo, I had no idea because this was like, it was kind of like a quirky thing for me at that time. It was like, I'm going to just do this shit not knowing what the outcome was going to be. Not knowing, I have no rhymes in mind. I didn't have anything in mind. Nothing like that when I first looped it up. But after sitting there listening to the drum pattern and listening to the shit and, you know, the sequence of me when I changed it from that, first of all, I didn't ever think that it was going to be on beat. That was my first thought. I was like, how the fuck am I going to get this on beat? This shit is crazy. This shit is all over the place. And I'm like, whew, how you going to do that? But the drums put that in perspective. Once you got the drums, everything else falls in line. It's like kind of like DJing. You're going to like kind of like blend it over it and see if it's going to stay in place at what tempo. So that's basically what I did. Locked in a couple of tempos in the SP and let it run. And then once I saw it wasn't falling out of place at a certain tempo, that's what I locked it into. And it locked and boom.
Test me, son. There might be death behind curtain number one. Pantyhose niggas get scared and then they run for the border, only to prolong their slaughter. I'm off the hook, unplugged, out of order, coming up with shit you never thought. And if your girl suck dick good, I taught her. I flow by the mountain streams, niggas is tap water. About to rain, check your style, put your flow on back order. Break backs like Atwater, manslaughter, and roar at midnight with your daughters. Niggas order, pay attention, call me Merrill, cause I'm about to be lynching. And I forgot to mention, my animal instincts won't allow no flinching. See cars, come on down. Come on down. My niggas all over the world, my clothes. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down.
Did you feel at the time that it was something like really unique, or you was just like, it's whatever?
Nah, I thought it was unique. I just didn't think that I was going to use it for anything. I was like, how do you rhyme to this? Like, what do I do? Like, how do I approach this? How do I attack this? I didn't know at that time. So it took me.
Let me ask you, how old was you when you did that? I don't mean to put your age out there.
We was in 98.
Young.
Yeah, I was about
98. Wow.
98. I was 29. 29, about to go on to 30.
True indeed. True indeed. Yo, so let's fast forward. After you put that together, what made you develop the lyrical content to like call it "My Flows Is Tight" and then come with such a braggadocious rhyme style over that kind of beat? Because the beat could have went in a lot of different directions.
Right.
It has like a little hardcore feel to it because it's got a little bass groove driving through it, but it's something that's catchy. You know what I'm saying? So what made you decide to like come with the "My Flows Is Tight" braggadocious kind of rhyme style and kind of like beast it? Because that's what you did.
Right.
You
It was the drums. It was the drums that how I positioned them and patterned them. It made me start thinking in this rhythm of, how I started it off. Like, it's like if I remove the sample, what would hold this up? I got to become an instrument myself now. So, boom, don't test me, son. I might be deaf behind curtain number one. Now the old niggas get scared and then they run for the border. So once I figured that out, how I wasn't even really rhyming to the loop. I was just in the drum part of it.
You was in the groove.
Right. I was in that drum part of it. So now constructing the rhyme, I said to myself, the loop is going to be the pleasant part of this song. Now I gotta now season it with some shit. Like, we gotta make it some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika. I gotta season it with some shit to give it flavor. Because it's already it's already gonna be there. It's there. That part of it is there. So to complement it, I felt, it's similar to when we eating a Klondike bar. Pause. You got the hard outer shell chocolate and then the ice cream to complement it. The outer shell chocolate, the hard part was the rhymes. Smooth part, ice cream, the loop, the whole. So I knew that was going to complement it. But people were going to be like, yo, he's saying exactly what he wants to say and not compromising because it's a corkier type of loop. Or
right.
I didn't want to compromise. That's what I said. I was like, yo, look, you got to really, like, you know what I'm saying? So I put my mind, I was putting my best interpretation of our forms of rap. And one of them was what? Ego tripping.
Oh, word. Big shout out to Ultra Max.
Ego tripping, form of rap. How do you now put this and make a song like how our elders and the people from the past and the people that came before me did. So that's when now I started constructing in my mind how to attack this battle rap form. When we talked about now, there's a difference between the artistry and a skill level. Okay, you can have a high skill level, but your artistry level is zero. We're doing an overall, we're doing a ranking and a rating. Your artistry is zero. Your skill level is up, yeah, but your artistry. You can't be an artist without artistry. You can rhyme all day, but the art form part of it, like your craft, great. You're great craftsman, but your artistry is not. That's where this is where we miss. So the artistry part of it, I want to bring that and the craftsmanship to Flows Is Tight. That was my best interpretation of that.
Tell me
ego tripping form.
How did you go from the sample to the lyrical content and the formation of the song to shopping the deal? We may have talked about this earlier, but this is the things I don't know.
I still don't remember how I linked up with Jonathan Schechter. Everybody don't know Shecky Green. Shout out to Shecky Green. He was part of responsible for the Source magazine, the Source with Dave Mays and Benzino, if people know.
Big shout out to Source Magazine and big shout out to Benzino. There's a lot of antics around him, but I don't think he gets the credit that he really deserves because he definitely paved the way for a lot of artists to have determination to want to come into hip hop.
Even though he did some bullshit at the magazine, but besides the point, without him, we wouldn't have a Source magazine.
Shit wouldn't shake.
So
big shout out to him.
Checky Green, Jonathan Schechter. You know, when the Source disbanded, they got like, you know, some type of severance pack, and he decided to start a record label called Game Recorders. And he had a like an office somewhere like Lower Manhattan, not too far from the Holland Tunnel, but like on the other side and shit. Set up like a little game room and shit. Like I told you, he had like you know, arcade games in there and shit. And strangely enough, Stretch Armstrong had an office in that same shit. So now when you say what you said about 89 Tech 9, boom, he's right there. So boom. Like I said, I don't remember how the fuck Schechter ended up in our studio in Flatbush. Jonathan Schechter, white guy, we're talking about like 1998. When these people are not that popular in Brooklyn and walking around in the street, he was out there. You know what I'm saying? He was in the street. He was on the street. Shecky was in the street. So he came to the studio out of Flatbush, and I played on the record. It was really fucking raw. It was really, like when we say rough mix, I don't even think the shit was mixed. You know, I had just did the shit, and you know, when you say how I come up with the whole flows is tight thing, you know, just remembering the song and the melody, and even though they was never singing The Price is Right, you know, The Price is Right, they was never doing that. But in my mind, that's what was should have been said with that melody that was being, you know, played at that time. So I came up with that, you know, with that shit, with the melody that was playing. You know, Price is Right, my flows is tight. You know, I just felt that it just fit hand in hand at that time because I was trying to, like I said, to my ego tripping. I'm fucking bragging that, yo, look, I got, my shit is, because this is the now, we talking about the first time that somebody's hearing me not being attached to the INC. I'm letting the world know, yo, look, my shit is tight, bro. You know, those songs that I did, those were.
So you got the deal came from
Jonathan Schechter.
What was it that he came to you with? Like, what was he? What was in his head about the song that made him say he wanted to sign it?
The number one thing was like, you know, I sound good right now. There's not a lot of nothing out there right now that's like what he's hearing like right now. Right, yo, he's like, yo, this is insane. You know, I didn't think that he was gonna say that, but at the same time, I knew what I was creating would be, you know, we got a culture, we got our black culture, and we got white culture. But we got white culture now that's embedding itself in our culture, which is hip hop. So I knew if we got this as an artist, kids, white people, and women, those three drive your shit. This is what I know. So now you create something for any of that, you got something. So now we're talking about something like a Corky sample, like Price is Right. There you go, white people.
So what's his name? Brian, right?
Huh?
What's the dude's name?
Jonathan Schechter.
Jonathan Schechter.
Checky Green.
Did he break that down to you, or that's something that you had? That was you understood that.
I understood that. I understood that now. That was a formula that I'm looking at now after being on the road, you know, 1993, 94, 95, 96.
But he definitely saw the potential in it and was like, let's run with it.
And the thing was, another thing that he told me was, he was like, yo, I want this to be the fucking first single and song on my fucking label. I already know his track record. I already know his media capabilities. He worked at the source. So this is and of course, he's compensating me.
You talked about after that and during that time, you was playing the source a lot.
Before that time,
You was really
me and
moving
Maddie
through
C.
there. Maddie C,
Me
Bones
and
Malone.
Maddie C and me were like, man, like, shout out to Maddie C, man. Love you to death, bro. He just lost his mom recently too, man. And
Sorry for
you
your
already
loss.
know, man. Condolences, bro. I love you, bro. It was just like, I don't know, man. Like after I got into the Unsigned Hype column, which Maddie C ran, with my first artist, Essence Dawn, Flatbush. Shout out to Essence Dawn and the whole Winfield family, Paul, everybody. He's actually related to Winfield from the Yankees and Winfield from the fucking Buccaneers. Antoine Winfield. They're all family. That's crazy. When he told me that shit, I was like, you related to fucking Winfield? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's my family for real. Essence Dawn, we got into the Source magazine in the Unsigned Hype, and Maddie was running that column. So from that time on, I forged a relationship with him. Like, it was just crazy. It was like, I would just go up there and shit. And like I told you, like, it was times at the reception, it was just buzz me in. Like, I worked there, bro. And I ran into some of the best people in the world. Like, we talked about Chimandu, rest his soul. Chimandu, Bones Malone. Like, these people were detrimental to that Holy Bible with a Source magazine, and I was up there with them. Like, I worked up there, bro. Before I was really anybody like that, I didn't consider myself everybody's somebody, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
In this culture, I was making my way.
How do you feel about your song now over the years? Do you feel like it's a timeless record?
I felt that when I Ego Tripping magazine.
I remember
was in
Ego
there.
Trip.
I was in there. They put me in Ego Tripping magazine and said something about I don't know what number, but it was a pretty high number of where they respected, TV sampling and shit. And I was, yeah. They put that in there as their guideline to.
Do you feel that you gave hip hop a classic?
By mistake. It was by mistake. Yeah, I do.
By mistake or
by
not?
mistake, yeah.
Definitely
because
a classic.
I felt at that time, like I said, when I was telling you, I was like, I wasn't even like trying to do it. It was just like, I wanted to hear The Price is Right looped up and just playing because I listened to it so much as a child. And I was like, if this shit is even possible to do, I want to do it. And once I did it and time stretched it and did all the shit that I did in the 950, I was like, wow. I never in my mind thought that I could come up with anything witty and clever in a rhyme pattern and something that would be catchy.
But then you did it again with the Too Close for Comfort joint and pulled it off again.
Shout out to Bronx Science and my bro Apathy and Self-Titled. Everybody was over there. No bacon, right? Everybody that was over there that helped me push that through. Yeah, I used to watch that show a lot too. Like I tell you, I was like a TV kid. The sitcoms. Too Close for Comfort was one of my favorite shows.
Mine too. I don't even know why. I think because of the girls that was in it.
The girls, I think it was the cartoonist, the father.
But the father was funny because I remember the father from Mary Tyler Moore.
He was fucking funny. I think that's what it was. And I forgot his name. The alternative lifestyle guy that was on there.
Oh, he was a weirdo. Yeah.
That guy. He was kind of funny too and shit. But like I said, I used to listen to that all the time, and I was like, that was another thing. I was like, yo, if I can turn this into something? And I turned that into a song called Who You Rolling With.
No rings, no chains, up frozen wrists. Just bats and gats with extra clips. My team wild out cause we born to flip. Who you rolling with? We control the shit. Put some rhymes lightweight, shipping platinum hits. If your shit ain't sick, don't bother to spit. Always talking shit cause I'm the shit. Who you rolling with? I'm controlling shit. Niggas, I rock like Z28. I rock like kids in the place. Stuffing coke up in their face. Throw stones at them. Make it retire like Mace and Falter. I am rock. Last name Gibraltar. The Financy. Leaving bitches at the altar. About to halter. Make them get up offer. Now it's Digga check-its. Making them an offer. Y'all grunt feel niggas. I'm like gallstones in your liver. The image in the mirror you can't get rid of. You're rubbing your eyes. The picture gets clearer. I'm the one you fear cause I rock planets and I chill on Mars. All candy boys get ate bar by bar. I'm the best I've heard so far. Black like tar, baby. But those who claim master, they gravy. They can't hate me. Claim they want beef, but they eating chicken lately. No rings, no chains, up frozen wrists. Just bats and cats with extra clips. My team wild out cause we born to flip. Who you rolling with? We control the shit. Put some rhymes lightweight, shipping platinum hits. If your shit ain't sick, don't bother to spit. Always talking shit cause I'm the shit. Who you rolling with? I'm controlling shit. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
You know, it was just something that I came up with. You know, like not really like a call or response. I wanted people to be like, "Who you rolling with? We controlling shit." It was just something that I just came up with because of like, yeah, like, I gotta find something to do with this fucking beat now.
How do you feel about your contribution to the I can't say the name, but how do you feel? What do you feel about your contribution to the MC or the artist that you don't affiliate yourself with?
I think that's all I ever wanted to do was help him because I saw where he could use some oomph, you know, and at the same time I wasn't coming with my arms folded. I could produce. I had things to offer other than, you know, saying, yo, take me on the road. I never did that. I always came with something to offer. You know, rest his soul, you know, me and my man, Witch Doc, you know, we came with something to offer. So you're talking about the SlaughtaHouse album, you know, production-wise, you know, rhyming-wise.
How much did you have to do with the production of that album?
Oh, we're talking about, well, you know, if I wasn't on a song, we produced it.
So you say 100%, 90%, 50%?
I would say about 70%.
It was a super dope album. And we talking about Live from New York, right? That the joint had that on it, and even the remix to Live from New York. I don't know if you had
we had the remix to a song called Jeep Ass Nigga.
Oh my God!
And it later became Born to Roll, which got some legs. Shout out to Dr. Dre and Ed Lover because that was, you know, a sample that we took from them from a song called Knowledge Me.
That joint.
Right. Now that it's gotten some life again because now Rick Ross and a couple of people, you know, is fucking with it and doing some shit. So, you know, but, you know, that was a song that still, the title song was still a song that was titled to us. Like I said, we did 70% of the album, and that song was called Jeep Ass Nigga, which was now Born to Roll, but the lyrics stayed the same. So it still was, you know, titled and publishing and all of that stuff was still, yeah.
You're very known for that particular work that you did with the artist that you don't like to, you don't want to mention because you don't want to give them no light. But
I think that I contributed a lot to the whole
hip hop period.
Right.
And then your solo work. But then there's a body of work that very few people know that you was instrumental in. And that was you know, a lot of Big shit. Big's main joints. that was really hitting the streets. Forget what the TV was showing us with the Diddy style.
Listen.
We know that was dope. But the joints that was cooking the street.
Long story short,
Let's talk about it
really quick. You know, Big was shout out to 50 grand. Rest in peace, 50 grand. Rest in peace, Big. Love y'all. He got pushed through, you know, and brought to the attention through another DJ, and that DJ called me because I had that, like we said, we were talking about the source. I had the rapport with Matty C, so he wanted to get, you know, Big in the Unsigned Hype, and I was one of the people that he knew that did that. So he called me, and then, you know, I kind of like we would say you tell a white lie and shit, but this was one of the lies that I would tell 1,000 times over again. I actually told Matty that I knew Big at this time, and I never even really heard the music. I never heard anything. I was just vouching because of this DJ that I revered and respected at this time, because he DJ for one of my favorite MCs ever. So I said, you know, I knew him, and the thing got pushed through. So to make a long story short, three of his original songs that were recorded, well, the first two was Me and My Bitch and One More Chance. And those two songs were something that I was working on that wasn't even finished. I left them on a tape up at the source in Matty's office, and being that I told Matty I already knew him, Matty gave him the fucking tape. And,
so Matty gave it to Big.
Matty gave the tape to Big, and Big was like, yo, I want these two joints. And those two joints was One More Chance and Me and My Bitch. Was, you know, the rest was history from there.
I think
we was one of the first producers and teams to start working with Big on Ready to Die. He was one of the first, Easy Mo B and us.
True indeed.
Then everybody else fell into their slots after that. But
I think you got some more works under your belt besides the joints you did with Big, if I'm correct.
For what?
There was some other projects that you were, I can't remember.
About remixes and stuff like that, and other things of that shit.
Yeah. Because you got some accolades. You know, I looked up your discography. I don't have it in front of me.
I had the pleasure, man, and this was like one of my top things on my shit. Like, you know, like, it wasn't a bucket list, but then when I thought about it, it's bucket list material. Working with Old Dirty Bastard on the Brooklyn Zoo song, Brooklyn Zoo remix.
Crazy.
Funny story about that. Shit was ill. Me and Noam, we submitted 2 versions because we was just like that. We was like, yo, fuck it. Let's submit 2 versions. You know, we don't want to miss. We don't want to bank it on this, and they go, we want to give them a choice to choose. We could do it. So at the time, Dante Ross, working at the label that, you know, Old Dirty was signed to and shit, he one that was doing, you know, looking for submissions for the remix for Brooklyn Zoo. And my guy, Lando again, that was the A&R for that artist at a Delicious Vinyl, knew Dante Ross. So he was like, yo, look, man, I got something for you. Old Dirty Bastard looking for a remix. You need to get with it. So we start formulating some stuff. Make a long story short, like I said, we put together 2 joints. And, you know, back then, they would send vocals with MIDI code on it, on a DAT tape. So we had to run the MIDI code, run it, and try to sync it up. Back then, we had the ASR. No, we had the Ensoniq EPS.
Oh, my God.
16. We had that.
The Ensoniq was what? That was the keyboard joint, right?
Keyboard. They had a rack mount version to it, too, as well. ASR 10.
I used to have a Casio FZ1.
And we had to run it. You had that MIDI code on that shit. It used to sound crazy. And we synced it up to 2 different shits. And both of them shits was hard. So Dante Ross originally took one of the versions. So when it came time,
Big shout out to Dante Ross too.
he took the version I didn't like. Let me explain that part. He took the version I didn't like. And that's where that part backfired. If we just sent the one version, he would have had no choice. But then he probably wouldn't have liked that version. But he took the version I didn't like. So long story short, showed him at the studio, and I had to pull a fast one. And what I did was I set the SP1200 off a couple of numbers. And remember we talked about things falling out of sync. So when it got to certain parts in the song, it was falling out of sync. It wasn't staying in sync, locked in. So I did it a couple of times, and I was like, yo, Dante, that other one, that shit locked in perfectly. It's not gonna fall out of sync. I'm telling you, lock in perfectly. So he was like, all right, load it up. And when he did that, I flipped the numbers back, locked in the right numbers, and let it run, and the rest is history. And you have
ODB, another joint of Brooklyn Zoom under the belt.
Bluez Brothers.
But now fast forward.
When no one outside of Wu-Tang, that's the part I want to leave out. No one outside of their camp had ever touched any record by Wu-Tang. So that's when when I said it became a bucket list thing, so that's when now I realized what had happened.
Dope. I wanted to fast forward real quick because you know it's getting loud in here. Right. But you just came off of the Punchline Academy. You know I got to talk about it because there's no disrespect to any of those artists that was on there.
My niggas
was nice. Big shout out to Al Scratch. I was very thoroughly impressed because he definitely came across where it's like, you definitely know he still got it. That's for sure.
Nine,
you know what I'm saying?
Copyright, Leader Kane. Everybody did their thing.
You came in there and shut that shit down real fast, and it put me in the mode where I had to go back and study your rhyme. And the first conclusion I came to, I was like, damn, he don't even give you a chance to wait for the punchline.
Listen.
It's already at you in your face. Every line was the punchline. And to be able to do that successfully, continuously to the end of the rhyme, some people could do that, but then go back to something where it's stretched out, where you gotta, they're not witty enough to keep it going. So you may have that moment, and then it gets stretched out where they come back and hit you at the end. Whereas for that 5 or 6 minutes or however long the bars you spit, it was just rapidly, continuously witty punchlines from beginning to end. I thought that was nothing short of amazing from an MC.
1 minute and 37 seconds to be exact. Yeah, listen, bro.
You're piloting.
We talked about it. You know, the ego tripping part. You know, people don't look at competition. My mindset is, I want to be different from everybody else. I'm going to attack things different from everybody else. Rest his soul. How many times we said this in this interview? Sean Price.
Big shout out to Sean Price, man.
Just sitting in his kitchen.
Rest in heaven.
Eating fucking fried chicken. And he used to say to me, you don't give him a chance to breathe, bro. And this is coming from Sean Price. We're not talking about just anybody.
Regular.
This is coming from Sean Price. Now, mind you, he didn't got to tell me nothing. He didn't got to say, yo, I'm dope or I'm not dope. Me and him that's my man, that's my bro. Music without music. So for him to say that to me, I already knew what he meant. And I took that as I was on to something. I already knew I was on to something because his partner, Rock was like, yo, you know you're the first nigga that be saying metaphors without liking ass, right?
I'm sorry, without what? Say that
liking ass. He said you're the first one.
You just go
without liking ass. Yo, like something or add something. I did it in the song. Duck Down Presents album. They did a compilation album called Duck Down Presents. I did a song with Sean Price, the whole Duck Down. And that's what he hit me with after that. He said, you know that, right? And that's another nigga, lyrical nigga. These are my brothers. I don't look at them. We don't look at each other as like rappers when we're around each other. We just smoke weed and just laugh at niggas and tell jokes and wear polo. We don't look at each other like that until we get on the stage. So when they say stuff like that to me, I'll be like, I take heed. What we said earlier about hearing something and listening. They listen to everything I say. They didn't hear me, they listen. Like I listen to them. So when they say stuff like that to me, like how you said, I know that I've done something or I'm doing what I set out to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Frontline Academy, shout out to my bro, man. Infamous Amadeus, Miss Get At Him. I gotta come up there again. I seen some people that spun the block. I gotta do my spin. But yeah.
I think, man, that was some magnificent display of some lyricism. That's without a question.
I think a lot of shit went over a lot of people's heads. I mean, like you said, it's too much to digest. You know, from the start, you know, I ripped like a bong, Highsman, Red Highsman, that vacation up somewhere up a Monster Island, a place where your pilot ain't piloting.
That's that shit right there alone.
People like to say, what does a pilot do? He pilots, bro. Like
a place that your pilot ain't piloting.
The plane flies, but the pilot pilots it.
So you're not there. You know what I'm saying? I thought, yeah.
You can't pilot here. You got to take a shit. This is what I want to get y'all to bring y'all into what I'm saying. And what I said, your place this ain't a place where your pilot ain't piloting. You need ships. You need clips in case of Somali pirated.
Word.
And then I go in and go, my galley. A galley is a place inside of a ship, bro. My galley filled with Becks and Heineken.
Word.
Awesome high again. Like, that's why I say, I know a lot of it may go over your head, but it all connects.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
You spin the block and come back, you get it.
Come on,
because
bro.
Like, look, man, I'm an MC, and
I know this. So from coming from you, and I know you MC, I know you just not saying shit.
I had to spin the block.
Like, come on, bro.
I had to spin the block.
We do this. I'm not gonna sit up here and just sit there and be like,
true.
I'm gonna just say some shit. Anybody can say some shit. See, it's a lot of people that can rap. Just because you can rap, that don't mean you should.
Oh my God, yeah, that's something I wanted to rap with you about, was because we talked about how artists today don't have fans anymore. We was talking about hip hop and rap.
Right.
And we was talking, can we get into that? You said artists today don't have fans anymore.
Right. Back in the
I'm your fan.
In the greatest era, the 90s era, you couldn't stand next to a G-Rap or a Kane or a Heavy D unless you was one of them. Literally one of them. Not an up-and-coming one of them. You could be in the same room with them like that. Because he was a fan. The fans now have been replaced for wannabe artists. There are no more fans. Everybody's a rapper. And this is why now our culture can't move forward. And we see a lot of people talking about the 90s era, that feel and all that, because that's when it was what it was supposed to be. If you had 1,000 me's, not being funny, no disrespect to no one out there, I'm a stickler for the rules, originality. It's a sign at the door, no biting allowed. All of these things. I still stand by that from that time, because that's what I learned and that's what I listened to. I heard, but then I listened to what they were saying. Things had substance and it meant something. Everything is all grouped in together now, and it's called hip-hop. Hip-hop music. It's not hip-hop music. It's rap music. Hip-hop is not music. Hip-hop is the culture. It's rap. It's graffiti. It's DJing. It's fashion. That is the culture. Rap is the music of hip hop. We got it all confused. We got it all misplaced. We got it all misused. When Nas said hip hop was dead, did y'all understand what he said?
I never wanted to believe that.
Was dead. He said it did. Look where we are now. Come on. I'm still trying to uphold that.
Understood.
I'm still keeping the oath. I'm still keeping the faith.
Well, we just came from Chirac Day.
We just came from, shout out to MC Chirac. She not even from here. She's from North Carolina. She's from the South, and she came to New York
to put it down.
And put it down. I love you, Chirac.
Didn't know that. Big shout out to Chirac for sure.
Just like I'm not from here. I'm from Florida. I'm from Opa-Locka, Miami. Niggas know where that's from.
Yeah, we know about
where that
Opa-Locka.
is. I moved here. DJ Premier wasn't from here. He's from Texas.
True.
Guru's not from here. He's from Boston, from Massachusetts. So a lot of y'all people a lot of these people that we talk about and we revere, we came to New York to keep the culture and build it. That's all I wanted to do, just to be a part, to keep it going. You know, I love this culture. You know, that's why I decided, you know, I knew I wasn't going to be rapping right away. So I decided to start producing, to get in. Start producing, creating shit people can use. Was I wrong? Nah.
Not at all.
Nah, I wasn't wrong. I did it properly. So that's why now I spun the block and now all I want to do is rap. I could do this all day. I can do that all day. That's like, I can wake up, that's like brushing my teeth. By the way, with toothpaste with no fluoride in it. Yeah, I can do that all day. Now I want to rap. Because I know I still got it.
Of course.
For real. If I didn't have it, I'll shut the fuck up. And I'll do this. But I still got it. I know I still got it. Every time I feel like I'll be bullshitting with myself. I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to have writer's block today with this shit. I don't think I could come up with nothing. I just be bullshit. I'll be laughing. As soon as I take that fucking... I be laughing like my nigga Mr. Chime Time when he be eating fucked up food. I nigga be like this. This ain't it.
This ain't it.
This ain't it, bruh. It ain't it.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, this was probably one of my better interviews because it gave me a chance to really hear how you feel about hip hop and give me a thorough breakdown. Because I was kind of looking at things a little differently, but I understand your perspective about the differences between rap and hip hop. I was more looking at it like rap is what I'm hearing, how people are rapping today. It's not,
right.
You're not an MC, you're a rapper.
Right.
And I was holding that different from hip hop and felt like the music that we hold on to is hip hop, but you had a different perspective where the music is not hip hop. The music is rap music, and I would kind of have to go with that as well. So that was a dope build, and I got an opportunity, and the people that your fans, the people that listen to you, they really got a chance because you don't talk a lot.
You know I don't. You know why? Because I'm all about action. I'm all about doing. Like I said, new project, Paul Sheldon.
Oh, word.
Juneteenth.
Word.
June 19th, Paul Sheldon. All DSPs to be on. Listen, because I'm all about trying to do that. You know, I like to build, but I'm only going to build with people I know. We said about listening and hearing. I feel like the more I teach people, the dumber I start to feel. I start to feel dumb. I'm teaching you shit and you're not listening. So I'd rather not speak. I'd rather just, you know how Homer Simpson be ducking into the bushes? That me when he going to, that's me. I'll smoke and just go into the bushes, like, until they call me to get on stage.
Well, I
rock for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. When I touch that stage is where I'm going to get you at. You think I'm losing? Picture that. That's all I can tell you. That's it. That's why I don't talk.
I definitely thank you for talking today. I know I call my platform a podcast, but what I really like to have is a discussion. And you gave me that opportunity. I couldn't ask for nothing more.
Yeah.
And respectfully, the people
Long
got
overdue.
a chance to just long overdue. It got a chance for people to really take a good look at your body of work and what you have accomplished and kind of like what it took to get there and just a little bit into your thoughts about who you are as a person and how that embedded itself to your creativity from the starting point of your career to where we're at today. So I definitely appreciate you coming on the platform and having that discussion with me, God. You know what it is.
You already know, like I told you from day one, man, when you mentioned it to me, yo, I got to get you on my podcast, bro. It's a no-brainer because I know you and I know what you stand for, and that to me,
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
That's all I need, bro.
With that being said, we here at Dallas BBQ.
Yes, sir.
On Livingston Street in Brooklyn.
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I'm saying? I had to do it here because Digga is New York. Digga is BK for sure. Even though you said he's from Florida, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We know to get down. It's BK every day, all day.
All day,
so
every day.
Dallas BBQ is New York to the bone. So this was the perfect spot to do this interview. Thank you for coming on my platform. Thank you for showing love to the God. And I wish you all the success in the world. You know what I'm saying? That being said, y'all know what it is. The God Majestic. I'm in the building.
And I'll be in the ATL, so you know I'm coming to check you anyway.
Word. You know what I'm saying?
And whatever else we got to do, we're going to do that there too.
Absolutely. We're going to put it down. Therefore, say no more. It's the God Majestic. I'm in the building. It's the G1truth Podcast. I'm over here fooling with the God. Got left in the building. You know what I'm saying? I had to put him in there. He fucked up everything. You know what I'm saying? But I got more food for him so we can chill and eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So for those that know who, I'm here cooling with the God, Lord Digga in the building, the Highsman. It's Majestic. It's the G1truth Podcast. You know the campaign. You know the slogan. And you know why I'm at Dallas Barbecue. I go everywhere. I eat everything. I talk to everybody. One yourself.
I'm your number one fan.
We're just outside Silver Creek.